Hi, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another installment of Am I the A-Hole Horror Movie Edition. The way this works is I read a synopsis of a movie told from the perspective of one of the characters in the format of an Am I the A-Hole submission. The challenge is to see how fast you can guess the movie and how fast you know which character is speaking. And if you don't know the movie, maybe you'll find something new to watch. This one says, am I the a-hole for trying to help my friend get over her phobia? I, 31-year-old male, booked an outing on my new yacht for me, my new girlfriend, Steph, my friends Joe and Kate, my ex-girlfriend Jen, her husband Tom, and their 1-year-old daughter Emma. Emma! The four of us, me, Joe, Kate, and Jen, have taken many trips together in the past, but we've kind of drifted apart with Jen and I breaking up and her marrying someone else and having a kid. I was really missing them, so I thought the yacht would be perfect opportunity to get us back together. Plus, it was Joe's birthday. Now, I know Jen has always been scared of water because of a tragic accident when she was a kid, but a yacht is like a floating house. You barely even know you are on the water. She was ready for a vacation, and let's face it, I think she missed me too. So she agreed. She even brought a life jacket to wear on board so she could feel extra safe. We were all on board and on the water. Emma was safely asleep in the cabin, and we began to party, just like old times. We were dancing and drinking and having fun. Even Joe and Kate were realizing how much they had missed each other. They have always been super close but never officially dated. The sun was shining and Steph got hot and she decided to go for a swim. Steph is a knockout in her bikini and soon convinced everyone to join her in the water. Bikini! Everyone except Jen. She used the excuse that she had to stay with Emma, but I know she just was too afraid to get in the water. I couldn't bear the thought of her missing out on all the fun because of some irrational fear, so on an impulse, I grabbed her and jumped into the water. I know it was stupid, and she had a full-on panic attack when she hit the water. We went to get her back on the boat and realized none of us had put the ladder down. We tried jumping, but we couldn't reach high enough to grab the side of the boat. We tried climbing onto Steph's inflatable dolphin, but we ended up puncturing it. I tried to grab the American flag at the front of the boat to climb up, but it just tore. I was being proactive, trying to find a solution to the problem at hand, but everyone else just wanted to yell at me for it being my fault. I wasn't the only one who could have put the ladder down. When Steph thought there was a shark in the water, I was the one who went to look. There wasn't. I said I was sorry many times, but they just kept blaming me. Steph lost her cool and tried to take Jen's life jacket. I got in between them so Steph wouldn't drown Jen, and Kate was able to calm Steph down. I was the first to hear the phone ringing and the one who grabbed Joe's jacket off the boat where the phone was. Joe was the one who got mad and threw the phone into the water when it wouldn't work right away. I got the idea to string her clothes together to make a rope to toss onto the boat to climb. And I was the one who first heard the other boat coming. Unfortunately, they saw us with our clothes off and thought we were partying, not in distress. Tom got the idea to look for a hatch at the bottom of the boat, which was dumb because we hadn't even tried my clothes rope idea. So he went down under the boat and must have hit his head on something because when he came up, he was bleeding from his head and not making any sense. Well, Joe freaked out and started stabbing the boat. I had to stop him. It wasn't doing anything other than scratching up the brand new yacht. It wasn't my fault that in the scuffle, the knife slipped off the side of the boat and stabbed Joe in the chest. I wasn't trying to kill him. He was my best friend. Well, Steph, who'd been out for herself this whole time, saw the blood in the water and swam away from the group. She thought it would attract sharks. I went after her as soon as I realized she was gone, but it was too late. She had already drowned. Joe passed away a few minutes later. Then Tom started to attack me. It wasn't my fault, but I came clean about everything. The yacht isn't mine. I had to protect it because I took it without permission. I just wanted them, my friends, to see me as a success. I didn't mean to get anyone killed.
I didn't kill anyone!
Tom was the next to go. He just slowly passed in Jen's arms from his head injury. Kate decided to swim to shore. She didn't want to end up drowning, treading water next to the boat. She made me promise to look after Jen, which I had every intention of doing. Night fell and it started to rain. I decided to find the knife. Joe may have executed it poorly, but his idea was solid. I couldn't find the knife, but Jen came for me and pulled me back to the boat. In anger, I hit my goggles on the side of the boat, the lens broke, and I was left holding a shard of plastic. I used it like I wanted to use the knife and stabbed it into a seam of the boat. I held onto it and Jen climbed up on me, then used the shard as a step. It cut up my hands, but I held on for her. As soon as she got back onto the boat, she put the stairs down and ran to check on Emma. I couldn't handle the thought of getting back on the boat and facing her after everything. I swam away to drown. It's what I deserved. But Jen came back for me. She grabbed the life ring and jumped back into the water and saved me. She overcame her fear of water, which is what I wanted all along. And she saved me. So am I the asshole?
You are.
Do you know this one? It is Open Water 2. And the character's perspective is Dan.
You boys want to take a dip?
Open Water 2 is one of those sequels that kind of came and went and nobody really paid much attention. However, I've always really liked it. There's something about it that just seems so realistic that makes it so scary. There's no over-the-top shark attacks. There's no crazy storms or fires breaking out.
A fire at a sea parks? It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard!
It's just a simple accident. All of the people on the boat jumped into the water to go swimming and forgot to put the stairs down. I feel like the scenario could happen to anybody. In the process of trying to get back on board, they all die in very realistic ways. The character of Dan, yeah, he's a jerk and he's a goofball and he's this over-the-top macho man who is just overcompensating for all of his insecurities, but he seems like such a real character. I think everybody knows someone like Dan. Someone who would lie to his friends about owning a yacht because he wants them to still think he's cool. I would say this movie is kind of a slow burner. It does get a little bit tedious in some places because it doesn't have all the over-the-top thriller action, but I think it's worth the watch. It is tense and realistic and really just makes you think about all the different precautions you need to have even in harmless seeming situations. So if you like this format of movie review, hit a like, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Subscribe!